What you're about to hear isn't speculation or gossip. This is based on federal court testimony, under oath. Wendy Williams, once the loudest voice in celebrity culture, has now become its most dangerous witness. After years of being dismissed, mocked, and erased from the mainstream, she has returned, this time in a courtroom, to speak truths the industry never wanted exposed. And make no mistake, this isn't just about Diddy. This is about a network of silence, manipulation, and systemic abuse, woven through the music industry and protected by its most powerful players: Jay-Z, Oprah, Tyler Perry. Names once untouchable are now under the spotlight. So buckle up. Wendy didn't come to play. She came to bring the receipts. When Wendy Williams entered the courtroom, it wasn't with flair, it was with fire. She wasn't looking for headlines, she was looking for justice. And when she took the stand, she didn't tremble. She looked the jury in the eye and said, "I wasn't messy. I wasn't bitter. I was early." What followed was a carefully documented, date-stamped, and name-filled recounting of her decades-long battle against one of the most insulated empires in entertainment. Wendy brought emails. She brought radio transcripts. She brought threats. And she brought truth. She began with Sean "Diddy" Combs, the man she said the industry protected at all costs. According to Wendy, the moment she started talking about Diddy on air, the retaliation was immediate. Sponsors pulled ads. Station execs warned her to stop. People she once trusted turned their backs. She recounted how she was chased from her radio building, allegedly by members of the girl group Total, who she claims were sent by Diddy. "I called them broke on air. Hours later they were waiting outside my building. That's not coincidence. That's coordination." She described her career as a battlefield, and every time she touched Diddy's name, she said, "The hammer dropped." But she didn't stop at Diddy. Wendy then shifted her testimony to Jay-Z, specifically his alleged relationship with Foxy Brown when she was just 15. "You can talk about Diddy without talking about the ones who stood next to him while it was happening," she told the court. She pulled out old lyrics, lines allegedly written by Jay-Z for Foxy's debut album. Lyrics far too explicit for a teenage artist. Then she dropped the bomb. An alleged tape involving Jay-Z, Foxy, and actor Jamie Foxx. One that was supposedly stolen in a mysterious break-in. She said when she spoke about that tape on air, her top-rated show was canceled weeks later. And then came the most disturbing part. Wendy called them operations, not parties. She testified about events hosted by Diddy where guests signed NDAs, phones were confiscated, and people were assigned to rooms. This wasn't celebration. This was orchestration. She cited first-hand accounts from both men and women who left those events traumatized. IV drips, medical staff, no cameras, no witnesses. She said it matched what other whistleblowers like Cassie Ventura had been saying all along. And yes, she even brought up the infamous baby oil line. "I said it on air like a joke, but it was real. They found the bottles." Wendy then spoke about Cassie. Long before the lawsuits, long before the headlines. She said Cassie looked scared in interviews, that she flinched when Diddy raised his voice. That wasn't nerves. That was trauma. She said Diddy used his power, his jets, his money, his influence, to trap Cassie in a relationship where escape wasn't an option. She didn't need a boyfriend, she needed a bodyguard. When Wendy tried to tell the truth, she said her show was punished. Sponsors pulled out, executives went silent, and Cassie's suffering was dismissed as rumor. But Wendy saved her most explosive accusations for the final part of her testimony. She claimed that the silence around Diddy wasn't just enforced by him. It was protected by a Hollywood machine. She named Tyler Perry. She named Oprah Winfrey. Wendy claimed she was blackballed after criticizing Precious, a film backed by both of them. She said an executive told her flat out, "Oprah's team doesn't want you near her." She also revealed a private conversation she had with Oprah about her own past abuse. Weeks later, she said, the man who hurt her was on Oprah's show, while Wendy was being cut out of the industry. She even read from an email accidentally forwarded to her. Subject line: Managing Optics, Wendy, Puff, Tyler. Wendy didn't just bring stories. She brought documents, NDAs, internal memos, emails instructing blogs to change headlines, payments made to keep people quiet. She said the silence wasn't organic, it was bought, and she had the paper trail to prove it. She ended with a folder full of receipts. They tried to silence me with contracts. Now the contracts are evidence. As Wendy stepped off the stand, she left the courtroom in stunned silence. She looked at Diddy. She looked at the jury. And she said, "This isn't the end. This is just the beginning. One voice at a time, the tower comes down." After 2 decades of warnings, Wendy Williams was no longer a voice in the background. She was the alarm bell. And now, the world is finally listening.